All right, hey everyone. I'm swordsmankirby, and with me on couch is...
I'm LaurieDBunnykins.
And thank you guys for your donations for the good ending category of this game. Am I clear for a countdown? All right. So traditionally this game is played on difficult, but for marathon safety, I'm going to be playing easy. Anyways, go in time in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so there are 5 normal stages, and there's a secret one containing the secret treasure that gives you a good ending, but we'll get to that. Right now, the purpose of where I'm going right now is to collect the first treasure map piece. There are 7 in total, I guess the second treasure map piece. There are 7 in total, and you need all 7 of them to unlock the secret area.
Other than the treasure maps, though, really the basic gameplay of this is very similar to Ducktales 1. You can pogo off of your cane and just jump through the air, and you can also smack your cane, which we saw with that chest earlier, and you can beat the 5 levels in any order that you choose. So...
Basically, for any of these text dialogue or cutscenes, you can skip it if you jump on the first frame that you land on the ground. You only really have 1 chance, so fortunately I missed it. Hopefully I can get another one during the run. So the specific order that we do these levels in is to get certain gyro upgrades. So the one right there gives me a stronger pogo. So if I try to pogo metal blocks, it'll break them. And you need 2 of the 3 of the upgrades to even get all the treasure map pieces, but the third one's going to be used for a little bit of a shortcut. All right. Lives are pretty tight in this run, and gaming over, which hopefully doesn't happen, resets all of your progress. All right.
Getting that little pause in there to be able to move quickly without killing the bird. Killing that bird on that screen lags the game like crazy, so you really want to avoid doing it, and that's the best way to.
All right, coming up on... Ooh.
Oh, no.
I was about to say we're coming out of the first boss.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Let me take this a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Without buying any extra lives, you actually only have 1 death that you're allowed to do, so I'll be buying some extra lives.
Which actually, you just referenced something new to Ducktales 2 from the first game, is there's a shop now that you can buy items from. And
all right. Going super slow. All right, made it to the first boss.
All right. This boss is not very difficult.
Right, so on easy difficulty, you only take half damage, so it's actually, you can take a lot more risks in terms of taking extra damage, but I decided to play a little bit safe there. All right, so I'm gonna buy 1 life here. And so throughout the game, you're going to be collecting these, like 1 treasure map piece in each stage. There's 5 stages and 7 map pieces in total. So there's 1 that's sort of given to you at the beginning, just like part of the story. And there's going to be a secret one that we need to do a specific sequence of actions in order to unlock.
Trust me when I say this game stops making sense at one point.
Yeah, so this is a tricky room coming up.
You got this.
Oop. Almost walked off. All right. If I sort of just go full speed here, 1 enemy will despawn, allowing me to get through it without having to pause. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. But just a little bit of a break there.
You still survived, which is hard to do.
The most important thing for me is just not game me over.
Yep.
All right. Through the hidden wall, there's the, I guess, the third treasure map piece. Yeah, something a little bit different about this game compared to the first one is that the controls are a lot more streamlined. For example, pogoing, you only need to press B instead of pressing down and B. So whenever I go back and play the first DuckTales, I'm just really confused by the controls.
Yeah, exact same thing happened to me just recently. I was like, And that is the second of Gyro's upgrades.
So that one allows you to have a stronger golf club swing. All right, so this boss is actually pretty tricky. You want to manipulate him in such a way that he stays jumping in between these two hooks right here. Iframes last an annoying amount of time, but luckily that's okay.
Yeah, still stayed on the ground. As you mentioned, with him jumping between the hooks, he can latch onto the hooks just like you were doing in that battle, so...
Yeah, and once that happens, it's like game over. All right. All right. Yeah, actually, it turns out conveniently for best ending, or good ending, the correct or best order of doing levels is just to go in clockwise order.
Just tap right and move to your next stage on the selection.
Yeah. So right now we're in Egypt. So the gyro upgrade in the first level allows us to break those blocks, allowing us to reach this part quicker.
This is a scary jump.
I'm not gonna go for it.
Oh,
but you can skip
to that
landing that platform. Oop, up there.
Yep. That puzzle's confusing because there's a hint where one of Scrooge's nephews, I don't remember which one, will say something along, just say a bunch of numbers. They're just like 2 is 4, 1 is 3, and it doesn't, you might see numbers as the text is rolling there. It does not make sense to me. But fortunately, you don't need to talk to anybody before having access to the puzzle.
Yes.
So you can just memorize the block order.
Yeah, the solution's the same every time. All right. One thing that's really important about, just a very, very small optimization, but it's very important, is how you enter loading zones. So, for example, jumping into that ladder, for whatever reason, puts Scrooge at a higher position when you gain control and allows you to get past that enemy. I'm just going to pogo so that when I walk into this cutscene, I land in the second platform. That just allows me to cover all the patterns. I should be able to 3-cycle this. Okay, good.
Nice.
So that's pretty much the perfect pattern to get, or a perfect fight with a 3-cycle. 2 hits, 1 hit, 2 hit. All right. This is not the ideal way of doing things, but I'm short on lives.
Yeah, no, definitely still a good idea. On top of lives, you just bought something else, which is a health upgrade, which we'll get to that.
Yeah, this is easy difficulty, so you can take 6 hits, and if you play in difficult with your health maxed out, you have 5 hits, but it is still a necessary upgrade, as we're about to see. This is the last gyro upgrade. It allows you to pull heavy objects. It's not required for anything, but it just unlocks this shortcut right here. So talking to gyro is still faster than walking around that barrier. We can fit in a couple donations here.
Well, I have a couple donations. I have one here from JLD for $10. Hi, SK. Good luck, my dude. Someday we'll be at the same event and chill. As for the game, DuckTales. Woo!
Thanks, Jay.
I have $50 here from Kyle Castadur. Greetings from Austria. I'm watching you for years, and I'm so happy that video games can do so much for the whole world. Keep those games going, and that donation's coming in.
All right, so this is, if there's anything bad about Good Ending, this is it. It's just like 45 seconds of straight mashing
Are
B.
you telling me you don't like the B button?
Yeah, this is some optimized gameplay. Pinnacle of level design right here. Yeah, the only thing really to note is that there's some places where you pogo to make it a little bit faster, but you can keep going with the donations.
All right, I have $15 from Jackal Time. The prizes in this segment in particular are all so amazing, and they're only $15 to be selected for all of them? Count me in. Good luck to all the runners today. It's true, we have some really, really cool prizes, including a Ducktales art print. You only need to donate $5 for that one.
All right, so the reason why I say it's high on lives is because you take this intentional death abuse to get you back out here. The checkpoints in this game, the way they work is that, if you die on a boss, you restart on the boss. But also, if you see Launchpad, that counts as activating a checkpoint at Launchpad. All right, so this is, in terms of speedrunning this game, the worst boss by far. Oh, got good luck at the beginning. I want him to spawn this rock and not shoot his arm. And if I'm careful about this, I can get 2 hits. Nice. All right, so that's 3. Oh. Thanks, game. All right.
2 doubles, nice. Yeah, you might have noticed that the boss started by walking to the other side of the screen, but then didn't do that again. Because when trying to hit the rocks, SK was trying to keep one rock on screen at all times, because if one's on the ground, then the boss can't walk across after every single attack it does.
Yeah, I was doing a practice run yesterday where I lost a minute to the boss walking back and forth. So
That's to everybody.
yeah, really, really great thing for speedruns. All right, so this is Scotland. There are a couple places where it's a little bit scary in terms of hits. I should be okay on lots.
Lots of moving things in this stage.
Yeah. All right, nice little damage boost to get up there. This part's a little bit scary.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chicken out of that.
that is a very scary jump.
Yeah, we can do a few more donations here.
Sure, I have $10 here from Tasix. I'm sorry if I butchered that. 3rd year SGDQ, 1st year donating. Keep up the great work and best of luck to all runners.
Ooh, nice lag.
I have $50 from Shiz Chiz. Excited for another year of SGDQ. And I have $5 here from Talbiz. Hey all, really enjoying the run so far. Can't wait for Symphony of the Night. Greetings from Ireland, and I have great news about that challenge. Actually, we met the requirement for the upgrade for Symphony of the Night. So now it will be changed to collect all relics, defeat all bosses, and save Richter.
So while you were talking about the incentive getting that, which is awesome, that boss kind of spoke for itself. There's not much to that boss at all.
All right, so now that we've gotten both health upgrades, what actually unlocks is the secret 7th treasure map piece. So I need to be very, very careful not to quit out of this menu here. Nice.
There you go.
And the reason why you need to buy at the end is that if you pick up any other like normal stage treasure map piece, it'll just quit you out of that level, and you have to play through that level just to beat the boss. So by getting it at the very, very end, you don't need to replay anything. So there's a secret underground part of that castle. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay on this raft for a while so you can read a couple more.
Alrighty, I have $10 here from Dude That's Morbid. First time donating, love everyone who puts this together. Also, shout out to all the peeps in New Zealand. I just have $50 here from Anonymous. No comment, but that was very generous of you, Anonymous. Thank you.
Ooh, oh, that jump's scary.
All right, we're coming up on the boss here. It's pretty much the same exact boss as the previous one that you saw, except the attack is slightly different, so you need to delay your timing a little bit. If you get hit by any of these orbs, you turn into a frog, and that essentially wastes the cycle. So one thing that you can optimize a little bit if you get lucky is if the boss spawns near you for the last hit, like this, you can damage boost yourself to speed it up a little bit quicker. So, so that treasure is like the last, is like the whole thing about good ending. It's like the lost treasure of Clan McDuck or something like that. And with it, that will unlock the good ending. So this is the final boss. We're revisiting the Bermuda stage, but going a different way, kind of like in the first Ducktales.
The first game, you just did the same level twice.
Yeah.
In this game, you get a new path, but it's like one screen.
All right. There's like nothing going on in this fight. I have 10 health, and I'm just going to tank whatever. So time's coming up soon. And time. All right. Pretty good for 2 deaths.
Yeah.
So I'll take that. All right, so the good ending is essentially just like one text box during the credits, but you did collect the treasure. Like all the treasure is sunk with the ship. Turns out that you're able to salvage it, and then Scrooge actually just kept the lost treasure of Clan McDuck for himself in his hat.
Yep, we're just waiting a little bit in this ending. And it's coming up.
It's like something like the family is the greatest treasure.
Important.
Yeah.
You know. It's a good message, I guess.
Yeah, and then it turns out that they saved the treasure anyway, so I don't know. Like kind of.
I don't think they planned this out.
Kind of dilutes the meaning of that message, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is a lot longer than I remember it being.
We're missing a duck, too. Where's Bluey?
I don't know.
Bluey. So yeah, Launchpad actually somehow manages to get the treasure out. Oh, and
that's the screen you donated for, everybody.
This is the whole thing you donated for.
What a good game.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's DuckTales 2. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Good job.
Thank you, swordsmankirby, for that amazing DuckTales 2 run. Coming up, we have a little Twitch ad for you guys. Just sit tight. All right, and coming right up, we have an interview about Jackal and Contra.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Feasel, and I am here with 3 of the runners from our Nest co-op block. We've got SuperPitfro and Rottdawg, who are going to be running Jackal, and we've got Rottdawg and angrylanks, who are going to be running Contra. Morning, guys. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
So, first thing I wanted to ask each of you is tell me a little bit about how you got started in speedrunning and what brought you to this game that you're going to be playing here today. So, SuperPitfro, why don't you tell me?
I have a friend named Toad22484, who we all know.
Of course, yeah.
I was just watching his streams early on, and I thought speedrunning was, looked pretty cool. So I gave it a try. Jackal was my first game. Paperboy was my second game. Contra was my third game. So,
Oh, great choices.
Yeah. I don't know how Paperboy got in there, but, Jackal's my first game, and I just love speedrunning, and it's just a lot of fun, and now I'm here running it, and yeah.
It's an interesting first pick because Jackal's a lot different than most NES games of that era and just most games in general.
Me and one of my friends in high school, he introduced me to Jackal, and we played it co-op, and that's how I fell in love with the game.
So this is how you're used to playing it, two people.
Kind of.
All right. Rottdawg, how about you?
Well, when I first started watching Twitch, I saw a speedrun of Super Mario Bros. 3 on the front page. So I started to kind of look into speedrunning. And then I figured, why don't I try and speedrun Mega Man 3? Because it was one of my favorite games. And then I found out I probably need something a little simpler to speedrun. It didn't go so well.
That's a big one to start with.
Yeah. So I started asking around. I said, who runs some more different kind of NES games? And someone told me, oh, you should try and watch this guy Feasel. He runs a lot of weird stuff. So I went through your highlights and
thank you. I appreciate that. That's a high compliment.
I was kind of looking for somebody who didn't run a lot of the more known stuff. So I was looking through your highlights and I saw that you ran Renegade, and I didn't think anybody played that game past 1992 other than me.
2 minutes and we already got to Renegade.
Yeah.
That's a record right there.
It is. And so I thought, that'll be a nice, easy run. And that didn't go so well.
No, it's a short run. That doesn't make it an easy run.
Yeah, it's probably the most frustrating and intense 5 minutes that there is in a speed run.
And amazingly, all 3 of you guys have run Renegade, so this is something that you have in common here.
Yeah.
I'm just really surprised at this bizarre game, this kind of
When are you coming back to Renegade?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys have it. The world record has gotten so tight in that. That's a daunting one to get into now.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive seeing how much it went down. Remember when I first started running it, you had the world record, it was 5:15, and I remember thinking a little bit sub 5 would be possible, but then this guy came along and everybody started finding these new strats, and now it's down to 346. So it's just it's come down.
344.
344.
Nice. Crazy.
But yeah, it's come down so much. I never thought it would have went that low. It's crazy.
So then, how did you get into Jackal in particular? I mean, Contra may be a little easier because you see a lot more people playing it, but Jackal, I mean,
Jackal was another one that was one of my favorites when I was a kid. I'd plug that in, and it was just kind of a fun game, like a real just run and gun kind of overhead game.
Yeah.
It was, and I just figured, why don't I try and speed run it? And that's how I ended up here.
Cool. Well, angrylanks, how about you? How did you get started in speedrunning, and what brought you towards Contra as a speed game?
So originally I saw that task run of Super Mario Bros. 3 a long time ago.
Oh, the Morimoto one?
Yeah, and then I got really into watching SDA, but I never delved into speedrunning myself until much, much later on. And I started doing VHS recordings of myself playing Ninja Gaiden, and I was doing speedruns based off of Dexter's old run.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just learned it like that in my room, and then started streaming shortly after that. That was like early 2016. So
I mean, it's a pretty high tier start.
Yeah,
you know,
it was-
Ninja Gaiden and then following Dexter.
yeah, I think I ended up with like a 1236 or something on a VHS tape.
So why Contra then?
Ended up going to Contra like shortly after that because Contra's always been one of my childhood favorite games. And then, yeah, I don't know. I just started also shortly after Ninja Gaiden, I got into that and started speedrunning that game as well. And I got my first Deathless run not too long after I got that Ninja Gaiden run.
So in what ways do you think that, of the two games that we're going to see, in what ways do you think that Contra is the harder game of those two? Like, what does that have over Jackal as far as difficulty?
I would say Contra's got a little more of a troll problem. Enemies just kind of pop up at random where you don't get that as much in Jackal. Everything's kind of set in the same way, other than the bosses in Jackal. But
Well, what do you think, what does Jackal have then that Contra doesn't? Because people know Contra's a hard game. What makes Jackal a difficult speedrun?
Well, for me, I would say probably Jackal's the tougher game because, well, I got to run it with this guy.
It all depends on your partner. Well, it has a
Yeah.
lot to do with what your partner's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Contra probably is the tougher game. There's way more trolls that can just end the run right there. So, and Jackal, it still has that RNG and troll kind of problems that you got to deal with, but not like Contra.
It's not going to be the run ender
Yeah.
around every corner.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for talking with me. Good luck on
bet.
your runs.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So coming up next, we have the first game of the NES co-op block here. It's going to be Marble Madness, being run by Yelsrick in Ellipsis. Thank you guys for talking with me, and everyone enjoy the next run.
And we're about to make that crossover from night owls to morning people. Congratulations to everybody who has lasted through the night. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're all awesome, everybody who's in here. I want to remind you guys of some incentives that we have that still need to be met, including 2 for Half Minute Hero. One of them is for another goddess. This will unlock an extra quest accessible after beating all of the evil lords, and the Hero 3 incentive will give the player only 3 seconds instead of 30 to get through a particular part of the run. Both of those sound super exciting, so as long as you are donating, please consider donating for Half Minute Hero. If you are excited for our upcoming Marble Madness run, you might also be excited for the Marble Madness acrylic prints we have available. You are entered to win those if you donate at the low price of $10. Just $10. Has anybody have you guys checked out the Fangamer and the Yeti, the Marble Madness shirt that they have this year? It is so cool. It is really, really cool. I kind of lost my mind when I saw that shirt. So head on over there and pick up an awesome shirt for yourself. Support a good cause. We have a lot of other prizes that you can pick up now for donating only $5, including a Bad Dudes Hunter Arrangement CD, the Bit Brigade Metroid vinyl, the Ducktales art print, the Hollow Knight Crystal Heart print, the Hollow Knight art print, the Castlevania map print, and this book, Bad Translation Video Games. All of those you'll be entered to win for the low donation of $5. Just a little reminder of where all of your nice donations are going. In 2018, Médecins Sans Frontières cared for more than 11 million people caught in war zones, disasters, epidemics, urban slums, and remote and isolated regions. More than 40,000 MSF doctors, nurses, midwives, epidemiologists, war and sanitation experts, and other qualified professionals, most of whom are locally hired, ran 446 medical relief projects in over 70 countries. Our team's dedication and hard work combined with your generosity allowed us to hospitalize 758,000 people for illnesses and injuries ranging from pneumonia and tuberculosis to war wounds and severe burns. We treated close to 2.4 million malaria patients, conducted 105,000 major surgeries, and assisted at 309,000 births, including tens of thousands of obstetric emergencies. And we cared for 74,000 severely malnourished children in our feeding centers and vaccinated nearly 1.5 million children during outbreaks of measles. Increasingly, in many parts of the world, people are facing the hostile realities of war, disease, persecution, and extreme poverty. While these crises can seem overwhelming, MSF International and locally hired staff are able to provide medical care and clean water that save lives every single day, something that is only made possible through our joint efforts. Every one of your donations goes to help that wonderful cause. Thank you so much to all of you who have donated so far. All right, it's the donation you've all been waiting for, $50 from Carpe. Good morning from your beloved greetings land, Germany. It's every time great to see games being smashed. I have a $15 donation from Anthony Maleko that just says, "Why am I up so early?" Sad face. It's for all of these amazing speedruns, obviously. You know, I love the way that Games Done Quick is there for you, like all week long, 24/7. I will say that in the past, more than once, I have been ill with like the flu or something and stuck on the couch. And it's just the best to be able to watch endless speedruns. You're not feeling well, you fall asleep, you wake up, there's still speedruns. It's the best. I have a $10 donation here from Lukey Charms. Love this event, game and people. Keep the love going. Everybody likes more games, right? We have an incentive for a bonus run of Perfect Dark any %, but we need some more donations to reach that. Currently, we're at $5,962, but we need $30,000. So if you are donating now and you want to see even more games, consider that Perfect Dark any % run. If you guys are enjoying this NES block, you might like some of our NES-themed prizes, including NES Woodburn coasters. You can get in the running to win one of those for only a $10 donation. The Marble Madness acrylic prints are also available for a donation of only $10. If you bump it up to $15, you're entered to win the Super Metroid Samus Perler. I guess that's one more generation of console, right? We won't hold it against them. And finally, for a $15 donation, you could win the Choose Your Weapon Cross Stitch. We have some pretty fun bid wars going on right now. I know I've been mentioning Half Minute Hero and those incentives. There's also a bid war to name the hero. And currently in the lead is Baguette, followed closely by Lonk. If you want Lonk to win, consider donating to that one.